I will learn one day. Holy crap. Do you have any idea how many times I've done that this week? I've officially I have officially peeked out my microphone no more than 5 times now because I forget that my amplifier's on and my mics are on and everything's nice and hot and live. And what happens? It feeds back into itself. And so, yeah, I do really apologize for that. Holy mess. My mics are hopefully not going to get peaked out. I'm going to share this stream in Discord. I'm still like not feeling so hot. But my fever's gone, so there's a bonus to that. Yes. Yeah. If if you're coming from Discord, there's not a plan here. I don't plan things. I do things. I just do them. And the reason being is this little thing called demand avoidance, right? And it sucks. It sucks really bad because I suggested that I was going to build a oscilloscope kit back in March, and it's November. That's right. It's about to be December. That's 8 months ago. So, what do you want me to do? So I want to build it, right? I do, but every time I go to build, I'm like, that's not the right time yet. That's not the time yet. It's in a minute, in a minute, in a minute. It's always in a minute. Next time, whatever. Now, the unfortunate thing here about this live, hey, fan plant, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm hoping everything sounds good. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I've taken the foam covers off of the mics. They seem to be muting the sound in a bad way, right? And we don't want that. What is that I'm seeing? It's so weird how lighting in here works. Like, I've got a light slightly behind me so it looks dimmer than it really is. But if I put that light like that too much, then it glares. But so I took the foams off of these mics, and hopefully they will sound better. Me and Scruff Dog have worked on this setup and tweaked it and tweaked it, and I have not messed with anything. Only thing I did was take the foam off and maybe re-angle them ever so slightly, and then I turn my amp up. Like, it's on 1.5 where it was jamming on about 1. Crossovers. I've never built a crossover. I have a book. You might can make it out. It's this red book here. It's by Douglas Self. It's the design of active crossovers. I've studied about 3 pages in it. Yeah, it's supposed to be for wind, and because I do have a air conditioner running in the summertime, I thought that was going to be a problem. It's not. These things are not really. They're not going to pick that up. Now, this condenser mic, on the other hand, that's it's on according to the OBS meter. I'm actually in the red talking, so when I play that in person, that's quiet, but that condenser mic says it's louder than my voice. It's going to be louder than that, though, in a second. Usually, I wanted to introduce the video, so I did that. I was just saying, it's just literally, I wanted to practice, but I figured because I don't record a lot of my practice, and I sometimes will discover a nice little saucy riff or something I like. I'm like, yeah, I want to save that for later, but it's not recorded, and I can't remember what I played or how I played it. And so that's the main reason I will do a live every now and then. And usually I do them like unlisted. This one is public, I think. Oh yeah, it's very public. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. So I'm gonna turn this condenser mic off and go jamming on here. And if it needs to be turned up, let me know. I can turn this thing up. It's got plenty of headroom. That's not a doubt about it. So. Is that like too loud or anything? Not loud enough? Clipping? I have no idea. Um, it's dry in here though, so like it's making it a little bit difficult to play, believe it or not. I don't know how to explain that one. But I'm digging on how it sounds in person. It sounds real nice and crunchy. Uh, I don't know how it's going to sound over the mic though. So, if you're listening and it sounds good, let me know. If it sounds bad, if it needs to come up or down. I tried turning it up, but then my headphones started clipping out, and I don't know. I would probably trust this meter on OBS more than I would trust the meter on my mixer or my headphones, because I've had issues with this thing saying that it's fine, but it's not fine. So, yeah, I mean, you just have to let me know how it sounds. Sounds about right. Cool. I thought about plugging in my effects pedal and playing some more like really high gain stuff, but this is straight just from here into high sensitivity, which it sounds good. The only thing I would say is that I kind of want to swap over to this guitar. I built it, or I rebuilt all the electronics in it to be a really thick, really fat Strat sound. And for some reason, I'm not feeling the rock like I thought I was. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap guitars, which isn't that hard for this. Let me just throw stuff down. That's fine. Just throw it across the room, just like it, because it doesn't matter, right? Not really. I would never suggest like breaking your musical equipment. Play a second or two without any pedal. Yeah, that's why I'm not playing with effects. I'm playing straight in because it really bugs me how fake pedals sound. And by fake, it's if you look at a digital wave versus an analog wave, there's steps in a digital wave, whereas analog is linear, is really smooth. And so, yeah, I would much rather. That might be out of tune. Let me check that before I start jamming away out of tune. But when I built this guitar, it is out of tune. I built this one with the thought of I want to play nice thick Strat sounds, but I don't want to I don't want to have to play a foot pedal. I don't want to have to pull out a foot pedal to do that. You can buy blues pedals and other things that say they are going to sound good, but really they're not all they're cracked up to be. I'm in E flat tuning, so if you're gonna try to play to this later, This guitar is in E flat. Not that you're going to be able to play along with me because I'm not playing to a click, and I'm not playing anything. I'm just jamming. So you're really just chilling with me on a Sunday night, which is my last free night of just whatever before I got to get back into it. So I'm going to turn this mic off, turn this guitar down, turn this back on, and we're going to jam on this for a minute. You know, kind of zoned out for a second. This pick is in need of replacement. Look at this. It's a stump. It's a stump. Hold up. Oh, stepped on my headphones. Ah! Balance! Damn it. Alright. So, just to show you the difference between... This is a pick that's been played with. This is a brand new of that pick. Like, I didn't mean to yell at my mic, but there's no, the only difference in these two picks is I've worn the text off of it, and I don't lose the picks often, right? So if you stack these on top of one another, I can't even tell which side had the print on it anymore. You can definitely tell which side I prefer to pick on because it's heavily worn on a certain angle. But to differentiate these picks, I'm going to leave the text visible and try to line them up on the tailstock, right? So 3D printed, wow. 3D printed picks are probably not going to last you more than one session. This pick, you can't even see that wear pattern. Hold on. It's got to be next to each other. That's the only way to show it. But side by side, I've worn about 4 to 5 millimeters off the overall length of that pick. And rounded it out for that matter. Like you see how the one I was just playing with is totally rounded, and then the new one is pointed. So the blisters on my fingers, yeah, quite a few actually, but they don't bother me anymore. I'm reading chat, which is weird. It's like above the camera, so sorry. Another camera angle is probably not the best, but I have another one that I have played on. This is a slightly worn one. I can tell that one of them's new and one of them is slightly, like ever so slightly played with. It only takes me one session to turn a pick into the slightly worn pick. In fact, to be honest with you, the only reason I still use this one is because it's habitual to just set it down in the same spot and then grab it and then set it and grab it, and I'd have to relearn to pick all of a sudden. Let's see. Oh, well, the flex to me wouldn't be the issue because, all right, do I have money on hand? I'm a broke mother, so no. All right. When I have to ask if there's money around, the answer is no. All right. Well, you know, Santana used a copper penny to play guitar with sometimes, not all the time. And it's more like if you pick perpendicular to the string, like it's real grabby. If you pick on a tilt, like I don't know his name. He tilts his pick. Actually, he tilts his pick backwards to play and then has his hand down and does like an upstroke. I can't do that. But the angle on it, it softens it. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that I like a grabbier pick, but it gives me the option to do both. Like, I was having trouble playing, and I was trying to figure out why am I struggling. It should be. Is it? Am I still on? Yeah. But if I switch back to that rounded job that I was just on, it's like Well, maybe. I will say that I don't want to get rid of it though, because it's got memories. You know, look, I've worn this pick in. This is like a month old. Oh Jesus, that was shit humor. I'm sorry. Tell you what, if I can reach it. I haven't played acoustic in a while, and I would actually not have to mute my mic for this. That's always the scary bit when you first strum a guitar and you don't know how bad it is. I haven't played the acoustic in a minute. It's been a minute. I blame not playing acoustic on the fact that I haven't felt really good enough in my quality. Was that confidence? I'm lacking confidence, or I was. I'm okay now. I mean, I hit a moment of enlightenment, if you will. Sounds, I like that. That's, you know, that's not a carrying the space pen. You know, I do that with my own pens. I've got the same. And then in high school, I used to grind my pencils. I'd go up to the pencil sharpener and grind my pencil and use it till it broke. Grind my pencil, use it till it broke, till I had nothing but an eraser and a point. I wonder, maybe if I bring my mic a little bit down. I don't want to get it totally in the camera view. Playing on YouTube Live tonight. I feel like this would be the one time it would be nice to have my little clip-on condenser mic clipped in the clippity bit in the holy hole for the sound bit, you know, for racket. I wish I could remember some of the acoustic songs because those are fun to play. They're just was the demonetized. Demonetization. Or Inspector Demonetization. Just to throw the note off so they don't come after me, because heaven forbid somebody play something musical and be creative. Lord, you know, copyright everything. Like, all right, that's copyrighted. You can't play that. Does that sum up pretty much everybody who listens to music online? Just tired of the copyright crap? Alright. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. Yeah, I'm not about to start drinking and cussing on my live stream like that. I'm I'm really not trying to get demonetized before I've even gotten to the monetization possibility. You know? Like I would rather not have to go back and start deleting stuff. But I mean, I don't think my channel's gonna do very good if I don't. I'm just. I just do this channel for the sake of the fun, and it's weird. Like this bugging me. Like there's a camera here and there's the chat here. So if you feel weird, like I might be looking at you in person. If you're one of these, if you're like me, and it weirds you out, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the chat, and it's just weirdly placed. I guess I could move my camera, but then this is the music side of Spectrum DIY. The workbench is over here, like hiding out in the corner. I'm actually sitting. You can't see shit. Yeah. This thing, I'm so rusty. You can tell. I know you don't need me to tell you, but I'm just saying I love the sound of an acoustic guitar. Let me. Oh, damn. There you go. That's the limit. There's the limit right there. All right, so. That's a hard one. Because it's a stretch. And you got to put muscle into it. Is that realistic? Just, fuck, it hurts. There you go. Nice audible ASMR for you. It really does hurt. It hurts to hold that chord for that. It's like I said, I'm rusty. I haven't played acoustic in a while, and maybe I should just hold it, differently. If I really am honest, I want to eventually start singing, but I lack the confidence to do it and thick-skinned enough to ignore the comments on that. I can ignore the comments on everything else. Just, but vocals is something that I've been pretty secretive. I only started practicing vocals earlier this year, or maybe last year. It was last year. Now I'm looking at the camera. I'm sorry. kind of like that. I might have to go back and sample that section. Gotta love it when it comes together. You know what? I haven't been as musical this last like 3 years. Wow, my color is really doing some wonky stuff. I apologize for that. But yeah, I've been having. uh, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, so I used to play hours and hours a day and just jamming, just whatever. And I haven't played that much in so long that I've missed it. I've missed it. And then of course I went and started building this VCO. And the reason I haven't mentioned much about the VCO after the fact is because I've been learning this new synthesizer, which is really heavy, by the way. This it's this thing, right? I've been practicing this, and I'm not gonna do a live stream because I'm total noob, and I'm I did a 40-minute zone. I meant to do 5 minutes, and I zoned out for 40 minutes, and I'm not upset at how it sounds. I'm okay with how it sounds, and I like that I can sequence it with my Fruity Loop Studio. I do not really care for the Volca beats. That snare, like, I gotta turn it on, don't even have to do much. Just, all right, so that's the bass. But then the kick, is that something on the back? There is something on the back. All right, so the snare, what the hell is that? There's no fixing that. I've looked into the mods, and I'm just like, it's not, I don't know. So, I mean, it sounds decent enough whenever it's through the mixer. You can hear it better, and it doesn't sound quite so funky, but, it's still, that snare is just, I don't even know how to describe that sound. It's just rough. So I've decided that maybe I'm not the 100% analog synth type. I'm more a mixture of, I want to DIY my own drums. I want to have my own tweakable kick, like 3 toms, and it could be 4 toms. It doesn't even matter. What else? A snare and a hi-hat. And the reason for that, if I build them in the Eurorack modules, the little small Eurorack modules, those can be mounted into this rack brute that attaches to the mini brute. And then all of my DIY modules can then be played or brought with me. I don't have to worry about making the full-fledged power supply, which the synthesizer power supply video, by the way, for anyone who's caught that, is a joke video. That is not the way you build a proper synthesizer power supply. It's a joke. And this is for the record. It was mainly because people were nitpicking and telling me I couldn't do something. I said, I'm going to build something and go exactly against everything that you said I can't do, and I did it. And it sounded good, and I enjoyed it. And the funny thing is, now I'm going to take all of those wires, I'm cutting them all out, and I've bought terminals that are across the room, and I'm not going to let my ADHD make me get up and go get them. They're terminal post, high current. Is it low? I don't have a low battery. I'm not sure what you mean by low battery. Oh, the bass drum. Wow. It might be, is possible, but I don't think so. It runs off of six of them, 6 batteries. In fact, there's 6 AA batteries. I don't think it's the batteries. I think it's just, it sounds bad. Multiple people have said that the only way to make these sound decent enough is to do like a capacitor. Jason, you twit. I love you, bro. So I would say, yeah, the capacitor mod that you do on this thing is probably worth it to some people. I might do it. I'm not going to get rid of it. I don't hate it. It's just not really what I was looking for. So instead, I'm going to build my own. And while building my own, I also accidentally discovered Fruity Loop Studio. If I make my own bass sound, I can sequence those sounds with the Beat Steps Pro. It's on my desk. It's if you've never seen a Beat Steps Pro, I'm going to hold it up really quick. Unbury it from the pile of garbage. All right, so this is a Beat Steps, and it's just a sequencer. You sequence drums here, and then you've got 2 sequencers that do control voltage, and you can save. This is your control mode, so you could like actually control it live, which not a bad way to go. It's good, I like it, but it only does 16 steps. Now, Fruity Loop Studio has no limit. You can do as many steps as you're willing to fill in. That's a whole lot of work when you're doing stuff, though. So, you know, the more sequences you add, it can become painful. And if you do it analog style, where each one sequences the next one, and if there's nothing to sequence, it returns just automatically, then you could theoretically extend a sequencer indefinitely, right? Which is fine. But on my case, because I'm at the very beginning, I've only got one handmade VCO, which needs to go into a Euro rack faceplate so that I can then mount it on the rack brute. I've got a long way to go. I've still got to build at least 4 or 5 drum modules. Those are going to have to go in their own faceplates. And because I'm pressed for time, I'm a parent, you know, it's a full-time job being a parent. I'm like, well, you know what? I have a solution. I can't fully DIY everything. I just don't have that time. I really don't. This is the end of my time today. So I'm going to buy the rack brute, which has the power supply, the 2 separate 3-unit Euro rack modules, 19 inches wide. So it'll hold up to 32 modules or so, depends on how wide they are. And that rack brute will allow me to then take the modules that I build, put them in the rack brute, and I can use the power supply bus that's in the back. It's got a 32 bus power supply or 40 bus in the back, something like that. I counted it and I can't remember. So I'm thinking that's going to be great, because then anything I build, I can put in my thing and be all in one and use it. And that's another reason I got the Mini Brute too. It's got, you know, the 48 patch bay. That's invaluable. So anyway, normally I only run these about an hour, and it has been an hour. So I didn't really mean to get off on a rambly tangent about the VCOs. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I generally, again, it's either a 30-minute or a 1 hour for me because of time constraints. But I was really feeling jamming, especially on this amp today. I don't know why. And so, yeah, I've had to do that. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. And I will try to get out a video soon. It's going to be a minute because the DIY projects have to go on hold for this coming week. So I will see you in the next video. Until next time. Next time.